we're going to get into the best ways that you can spend time with your children for absolutely nothing. We're going to discuss inside the home that you can do things and outside as well. What people don't realize is parents create a monster sometimes, right? Childhood, it isn't for sale. And we got to realize that. And the parents that don't understand that, they're the ones who created the monster. It's so many things that you can do out here for absolutely free. And some of the best times, as the saying goes, the best things in life are free. It's so many things that we can do with our children that cost absolutely nothing. As I mentioned in my vlog before, an earlier vlog, that's something as co-parenting with my other son that I nipped in the bud from the get-go with his mom. Like, I ain't into the spending and to try to win my son over. So we got that out the way from the get-go. And what I've learned is the best times that I've created with my family is definitely has been cost effective. And that's just time more so than anything. Some of my favorite moments and times definitely are walks. We do that a lot when the weather is good. We are in Vegas, so it can be a little spicy out here. But we do take walks. And with walks, we can definitely, one, it opens up conversation. And it's hard to text on your phone while you're walking. But we tell the kids, put the phones away anyway. And at that time, the little one, he can ride his bike or his scooter as well. But those times are good because it's just us and, we're just talking about our day. We're talking about what we have planned for the week, for the month. Again, that costs absolutely nothing. Just taking a walk, walking with the family around the neighborhood. If you don't live in a safe neighborhood, you can always go to a park, or you don't feel comfortable in your neighborhood, go to a park. And definitely, just walk and talk. And also, of course, it's healthy. Getting your heart rate up and you're mobile, you're moving around. So always a good thing. Another thing is the park as well. So I take my family to the park, of course, on when time permits. Planning is essential. Of course, I try to plan in advance because you want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. The wife is on the same page. My eldest son, of course, he has things going on as well. So that's something that we do a lot as well. I would like to go with my eldest son when he was a little younger. Of course, he likes to play basketball, so I would just go up there, even just to watch him play. Watch him play, let him get some run in. I would also train my son. We would do the hills and just working on his speed and his footwork. And I would bring my little one as well, let him ride the bike, let him ride his scooter at the park, let him get some shots up. Of course, he wants to be like Big Brother and do what Big Brother do. So I let him partake in that. So those are some of the things that we do at the park. If we're going to be there for a while, we will also take snacks, chips, make sandwiches, turn into a picnic. Again, that's absolutely free. You can prepare everything at home and then take everything to the park while you're at the park. If you're going to be there for a few hours, get your little ice chest ready, of course, with your beverages, waters, juices, whatever, and just have a good time, chillax. And that's time you're spending with your loved ones or walking around the park. It's we actually in Vegas, we have a lot of nice parks that we don't take advantage of. And I'm speaking for Vegas. Everyone from anywhere else, I'm sure y'all have nice parks as well around your community. But we have a lot of nice parks here in Vegas. So taking advantage of those parks, and we'll go to different parks sometimes. We won't go to the same park. We'll check out different parks to see what they have to offer, and see different scenery, things of that nature. Also, playing catch at the park is something you can do if you got little ones, whether it's a football, whether it's a baseball with gloves, whether it's again basketball. You can do it all at the park, in baseball bat, wiffle ball. We have all of that I utilize with my kids as well. And even with the missus, having her catch a few balls is funny to see. My wife is actually a little bit athletic, surprisingly, but I've learned that. But she's a competitor. She likes to compete anyway. other things that we do. Game night. Game night. For us, we try to do it on Sundays. The Sundays, of course, when we have our eldest son as well, he goes week on, week off, like I mentioned before. We have a game night, whether it's Uno. It's another game that I like that it's actually it's been phenomenal. It's opened up a lot for us as a family in talking and discussion. And the game is called Let's Talk About It. I believe I got this game in Dallas. I went to we were at a we were at a museum, like actually a black museum. We were down there for a law enforcement conference, and it's called Let's Talk About It. And it's called Creating a Connection. And this game probably takes the longest, about I want to say 40 minutes, 45 minutes. We spend a good amount of time on. And it what I love about it is it has four different categories. And the categories are reflection and growth. So if you guys can get this, this is actually it's a hit. Personal history as well, and it's like multiple cards in each category, of course. Cultural, heritage and family tradition, and value, value and life lesson. And with this, and a matter of fact, I actually share a few different questions from the category. From culture and heritage, a few questions were, so what we do is we sit down, we pick from the section, each section. We try to cover each section every time we sit down. We pick from each section, and we ask the question. So if it's my turn, I'll pick from one section, and I'll ask the question, and everybody has to answer it. All four of us. Um, and you'd be surprised. Like, and even the little one, we make him answer, and he actually has some really articulate, answers. It's funny. So one would be, what do you think younger generations should focus on more? That was one of the questions that we already done. And another one is, how important is community service and giving back? That's kind of huge for me, of course, because my kids know, my family knows that I'm huge on giving back in service. So just me breaking it down, of course, leading by example, they get it and they understand. And of course, we're trying to instill that in them as well. Next category was value and lessons that we covered. A few questions from value and life lessons. How do you stay positive in difficult times? Of course, that's a great question. Showing our kids how to deal with, mentally challenged situations, mentally tough, and preparing them to be mentally tough. So we discussed that one. Another one was, what causes or issues are you passionate about? What causes or issues are you passionate about? And again, that was actually a good question that everybody went around, because again, you're learning what are they passionate about? What are your kids passionate about? Even the wife, it's some things we talked about, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Which was phenomenal. So again, it's just building that bridge between everybody and learning each other. Another one would be personal history, and that some of the questions from this category are, what hobbies or interests did you have when you were my age? And then of course we'll put it in context for the younger kids age, of course. And how did you spend your summers as a child? So we get to show them some of the things that we did as kids, and how we had a good time when we didn't have much. Definitely for me, I didn't have much at all. We made the most of it. The last category, again, is four categories, of course: reflection on change and growth. And some of the questions that we answered are, what are some areas in your life where you feel you still have a lot of room to grow? So as you can see, these are solid, profound questions that it takes some time, and we take time to really think about it. And when I go, of course, we let everybody know, or when Lisa goes, or when Bryce and Nasir, we let everybody know, like, hey, start thinking about what you're gonna say. What's the most important thing you've learned about maintaining personal wellness? And that's actually a good question because that's something that I try to strive on with my kids on just being healthy. I go to the gym a lot. I want to lead by example to make sure they understand our wellness is important. Nothing matters if we're not healthy, and that's so important and so true. But again, it's called Let's Talk About It. Been very, very, very pivotal and important. Son, you like this game? I'll say what's up to my son. He out here hooping. He's getting snag it too. The boy teeth gone, you know, but they coming back. You like this game when we sit down and play it on Sundays? Yeah, it was Sunday. We'll do it
Tonight?
today, tonight. Yeah. We're gonna wait for your brother. We'll make sure he
Which one?
comes.
Well, what?
Yeah.
What? Can I call him or you gonna call him?
He coming, so he should be here.
Well, there's a bird on the tree.
Okay. All right. Let Daddy get back to this.
Mm.
All right. You get some buckets out there? You working on that left? All right. But as you guys can see, he loves the game. Opens up great dialogue for the family. Just phenomenal. Movie night, like I said as well, is another thing. Our movies during the day, whenever time permits. The movies are great. Actually, letting the kids pick something. It lets you see what they're into, what they like as well. I know my other son, he's a big Stranger Things fan. Of course, the little one, he likes the movies, Zootopia, things of that nature. And those are actually good movies. But again, we're spending time together, talking about the movie. Costs absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. But we let the kids pick as well. Cooking is something that I've got into with my son. He's going to be going to college next year or this year, and just making sure he knows how to put something together. So spending time with him, showing him how to prepare things, so he don't have to cook every day. You know, you prepare a few things, it'll set you straight for the week. So I'm starting to get him in that mindset. But cooking, baking, of course, little one, he loves cookies. So we'll bake cookies as a family as well. Again, costs nothing. Of course, you get those with your groceries, planning ahead, but it costs absolutely nothing. And they love it. They love cooking, baking, all of that stuff. Reading is very, very awesome as well. And I've learned that's just unlocked a whole different door between my eldest son as well. Like I said, we share a few books together. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is one of my favorites. But just sitting down with him, he'll read 4 pages, 5 pages. I read the next 4 or 5, and we read a chapter. If the chapter's short, of course, read a little bit more, and then we'll highlight as well. And I'll tell him, hey, highlight this, son. And we'll break down after we're done with the chapter what we highlighted. And of course, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is discuss about finances and money. And I want to start teaching him those things right now because, of course, we don't really learn that in high school or in school, period. But just to see him read and just sharing that time together again, that's time where he don't have his phone. Of course, he's got to lock in and read. We're both reading. I don't have my phone, and it really builds a bond. My youngest, so much, we just let him read. Like he loves Dog Man. That's what he's into now. So he'll pick his book and he'll just read to us. And he loves reading. You know, it's funny, like, we'll go out throughout the day and we'll just catch him reading. And that's beautiful. We love it. But reading is very, very important. Of course, we all know that helps with the comprehension as well. But again, something costs nothing, builds that gap and builds that bridge and bond. So that's something that we love to do. Another one is video games. It's something I do. I'm not a gamer. I'm just starting to get into the games. I did have an Xbox when I was probably in my early 20s. I played Splinter Cell. That was the only game I really played. It's like more of a mission strategy. But I'm not a gamer. But if playing 2K, if playing Roblox, if that's going to spend a little time, which kids love it. So sometimes we got to compromise. If that's going to spend a little time, we can talk a little smack, I'm for it. I'm not a gamer. That's kind of like, I try to dodge that. I actually got to get better at that because we know the youth, they love video games. But I spend a little, it makes me spend time with them. And if they happy, I'm happy. And we're doing it together. But of course, that's limited. We don't do the video games all day. That's definitely capped at a certain time. But video games cost nothing. Now, one of my favorites of course, and people who know me, they know I'm the karaoke king. I love karaoke. It's funny. Shout out again to Mike Flores, my frat brother. He runs NYN, Nevada Youth Network. I'm actually on the board as well. We had a boys' night, but actually a boys' day with the fellas, and we had wings, we had donuts, we had this Saturday we had what do we have? We had games, and I brought karaoke, and you know, it was a hit. They said, "Man, we never really had karaoke. That was a good look, Adrian." I'm like, "It's nothing," because I love karaoke. And it was simple. I had a mic, of course, that I plugged into the speaker. I brought my speaker off my phone. I connected my phone to the TV. And of course, we used YouTube to watch the karaoke. The kids sang, big hit. So mentors, mentees. If you have mentees, of course, karaoke is a hit. Even with my family, love karaoke. We do karaoke a lot at the house. Parents, mentors, you got to take a lead though. A lot of times kids are uneasy and they're like, but once they see you get out there and they open up, it's a hit. The kids that we were mentor singing Baby Baby, I guess that was a hit. It's still a hit by Justin Bieber. These kids range to about 13, 12, 8. I'm like, y'all still like that song? So you'd be surprised. And of course, they were singing Keisha Cole Love. So I'm like, okay, we could tell y'all mamas be singing. So it was a good time. But karaoke costs nothing, fun, and it gets them to open up as well. My oldest son, I would say he's more introvert out of all of us. But once I call him to the carpet for karaoke, eventually he'll get up and sing a little bit of karaoke. But karaoke is a hit, always a hit. Photos, you guys be surprised if y'all have old phones, parents. If you have old phones or even pictures, like I go back when Bryce, he's 7 now, when he was born, and we look at pictures and when he loves it. He gets a kick. Oh, daddy, show me again, show me again. So that's time together. We're showing him his growth and he loves it. Just old pictures when he was a baby. We have videos, of course, video footage. We have pictures of him just growing, playing different toys he had when he was a little younger. My eldest as well. I share the same thing. Sometimes I send him pictures or I'm like, hey man, look, if he's sitting down, I go back to when we went to Monster Jam or something like that. When we went and seen the big trucks when he was a lot younger. Games we went to just to reminisce. But again, it costs nothing. Absolutely free. And again, you just reminiscing, you building that bond. And these kids forget sometimes as well. They forget the things you've done for them, and now you can refresh their memory by just showing them some old videos, showing them old pictures. So, but no, that's simple and very easy to do. Another one is YouTube. Since you're on the phone, or you can pull YouTube up on your TV, showing kids or exchanging and sharing funny YouTube videos. Of course, they have different people and content creators that they like, and it gives us a chance to see what they like as well. So we like, hey, you give me your top 5 favorite videos of the week. I give you my top 5. And of course, you sharing laughs and you building that bond, which is phenomenal. And that's what we want. So sharing the videos, YouTube videos, always a hit as well. Um, and again, when you put it in perspective, and sometimes as parents, I think we forget that we didn't really have much as our kids have now. Even with social media and the things they have, I didn't have a basketball court in my backyard. I didn't have a pool. So it's like these kids, they just sometimes you have to let them know. Remember, my son was probably about 12, my eldest, and he said one time that he was bored. And I damn near lost my mind. Because like, man, you got 100 times things that I had, and you mentioned the word bored. But I told him, you say that again, you ain't gonna get to do a lot of things that he's able to do. You never go swimming again, never be able to shoot on your court. So we gotta know they can't take these things for granted. But thinking about it, we try to go over and beyond, but we didn't have much. I remember my fondest memories was with my siblings when we were younger. We didn't have much, and we made it happen. My cousins going swimming in the pools at the little rec centers, playing basketball and the logos. You know what I mean? At the elementary schools, being able to dunk. And even with some of our friends, man, those are some of the best times. And we didn't spend money. We were just out there, just wherever the wind blows, we were just making it happen. And we try to put a lot on that. So parents, we got to scale back and keep it simple. Keep it simple at times. We got to. I understand sometimes we want to do a lot of fun things. We may spend a little money, but a lot of times we don't have to. Some of the best strategies, I'm gonna break a few down that we can do outside the home, of course, and inside our home, which we discussed majority of them already. And those are my personal stories that I have and some of the things that I do. So please feel free to utilize it. And that's what it's about. And please, in the comments, please drop something that you guys do as a family, mentors that you do with your mentees. I would love to, to utilize them and share it as well. But again, we discussed a lot of things you can do outside, of course, walking with the family, the kids riding the bikes as well, scooters, take them to the park as well. That's something that it costs nothing. We discussed that earlier as well. Museum. It's a lot of free museums in our communities that we don't never take advantage of. Take advantage of that. The museums are free. A lot of history out there that we can take our kids to, and we just don't do it. And our mentees, a lot of free history out there. Neighborhood festivals and festivities. I know a lot of people do movies in the park, things of that nature. Recreational centers, they do a lot of things with families. You guys got to get on Google. It's funny, we'll Google everything else, you know what I mean, when it comes to getting information, but we don't want to Google things for our family to do, fun things our family can do. And you'll be surprised what's out there. So please, parents, mentors, please go out there, Google, ChatGPT, whatever you use, and see what's out there that we can build bonds and memories with our families with because they're out there. All right, let's get into the home. Home, we discussed earlier as well, a lot of things, games at home, of course. We like to have a game night at the house. The kids pick the movies, always a great option. Cook, bake, either or. That's bonding, that's time, costs absolutely nothing. Old photos, showing old photos to our kids. That's something that I know they have a good time just reminiscing. And like I said, sometimes they forget, so it's good to remind them. Sometimes we as parents forget, like, man, I forgot I took the kids X, Y, and Z, and we did X, Y, and Z. So we forget as well because we do so much. So reading has been a hit. Just spending time reading with your child, sharing the book. You, of course, get engaged. You read, let them read, and y'all break the book down afterwards. Always a good time. Karaoke, my favorite. Love karaoke. Very simple setup. You got a speaker, get a mic. Y'all can get a mic, man, $20. If you don't have one already, get a cordless one, or you can get one that plugs into a speaker. A lot of these karaoke machines come with that already. If you don't have one, parents, you got to take the lead though. You have to sing first. I know it may be silly, but who cares? That's your family. That's how I look at it. It's family. They didn't see me at some of my most embarrassing moments anyway. So it is what it is. But once you open that door, they'll follow. Video games as well. Like I said, I'm not a gamer, but it works. It definitely works. And it's spending time with your loved ones, playing video games. Put their cap on it though, because I know as kids out there, they'll spend 6, 7, 8 hours. I just don't get it on video games. And some of our parents, we let them. And even with the tablets, you know what I mean? It's a cap on that in our household. YouTube videos as well, sharing YouTube videos, let them share some of their funniest videos or some of the things they like. You share what you like as the parent, our mentor as well. Always a hit, always a hit. Hope this helped y'all. I really do. And that's what it's about. Just sharing ideas and sharing your journey as a parent. And that's the whole premise of raising humans together. We want to learn together. We want to grow together. I always like to leave you all with the quote, and I want y'all to let this one sink in. Children spell love using the letters T-I-M-E. So one more time. Children spell love using the letters T-I-M-E. Let that sink in, y'all. We got to give them time. I know money, some people, if you create that monster, that's going to be hard, to maintain. And it's really not about the money. It's really not. They just want time. They just want our attention, and we need to give it to them. Raising Humans Together, YouTube, y'all, please subscribe. Parents, please comment if you got anything to share, something that your family does that can help us as a community, as a Raising Humans Together community. If you can help us, please share. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Getting a lot of good feedback, man. I love it. I was out yesterday. It's like, hey, man, I really like what you're doing, man. That's phenomenal. I'll be tapped in. Y'all gotta engage with me though. Please comment. Make suggestions. What would y'all like? Shoot me a topic.